Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of New Book Who Dis. I'm your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me is longtime personal friend and friend of the channel, Mr. Will Perdomo. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's middle of the day. I'm not exhausted because I'm an old man. And it's not first thing in the morning where I'm most hopped up. Yeah, as you see me on Frega, when I'm like really hopped up.
Right. Sipping on that, matcha? Whatever you're drinking, mate. Yeah. Getting all hyped up on your illicit mate.
I was sedated last night, so I got a good 9 hours of sleep last night. Some person.
Nice. How much did you get, Will? 9 hours. That's a heck of an amount of sleep, man.
My daughter, burned the fields behind her and like left a virus bomb again on me. So I woke up the next day. I took her back to her mom's. I felt like crap. So,
wow. Did you flush the system and bomb it with vitamin C and all kinds of good stuff to clean yourself out?
Yes, it did. I mean, I'm not like I don't got a fever or anything. I just
kind of feeling bleh. Well, maybe you're just a little run down, man. It happens. I mean, running around after a child takes it out of you, from what I understand. I wouldn't know because I don't have kids of my own, but all of my friends that do, they always tell me that it can be rather exhausting.
You see my cat right there standing sentinel at the window?
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, cats are great. Yeah, they're the best writers in the world had cats. Cats are a writer's best friend, huh?
Muhammad had a cat.
I mean, and artists. Cats are perfect studio companions. So yeah, must be sunny living on the surface of the sun. Well, he's on the other side of the country, so it's still light out over there. Where I'm at,
I'm in the Pacific Northwest, dude. This is winter. I mean, this is rare in the winter in the Pacific Northwest. I live in the rain, the cyberpunk world.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's true. You are actually in that part of the world, and it does rain all the time over there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It can't rain all the time. Bullshit, Eric Draven. It does.
Well, it can't rain all the time in the city, but clearly where you're at, it can rain all the time. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why what Seattle up there in Washington, it's the rainiest city in the world, right? They get some obscene amount of rain all the time.
Yeah, and so is Portland. They're all shitholes. Portland, just to give you an idea of how you should delouse before you leave Portland, I think it has the most strip clubs per square mile than anywhere on the planet. So you just get gonorrhea walking into the place.
That's awful. That sounds.
Don't go to Portland. It's gross.
Yeah, that sounds awful, actually. But we'll go ahead and say hi to the chat. Some person came in first saying, "MeatHead, now with 200% more meat packing action."
They didn't say MeatHead.
Yeah, right. I think a couple of these were deleted. Let's see.
Yeah, he was talking mad shit. I saw it. I saw what you're doing, some person. I saw them.
Each comic sign up receives a tightly packed box of fudge. I don't understand.
You don't know what that is?
Perfect. Damn it! I spelled MeatHead wrong. Fuck it. Yep. Hello, AFK people. Exactly. There's my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous lady. Skull.
I guess you don't know the euphemisms for sodomy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna move right along. Feline says, "Hey, Will."
FF, how are you doing this evening, young lady?
Let's see, and that's what we got in the chat. She's already dropping the link for everybody.
If
you're not signed up, go ahead and hit that link and sign up for the mailing list for MeatHead. This is going to be Will's first outing for himself. Obviously, written stuff for other people. Writer of Black Flag. chief among them. But other stuff that he's written that has been published. This is his first book on his own.
Indeed.
Got the amazing Jason Krager doing the artwork on it. Book looks fucking fantastic. I've seen quite a bit of this stuff behind the scenes, and I know a good bit of the story, but I'm still very excited to read this, and you guys should be too. Let's see. Lovecraft had a cat. Yes. Squid cat. Feline actually has a little Cthulhu kitty sticker that
where they're like all the tentacles.
Mm-hmm. It's a sticker that the colorist on Mercenary Guild, Frank Walk, gave to her.
You can see that right there. He's in the diaper basket of my daughter's diaper basket. He's taking up residence.
Is very, very bright over there.
Oh, well, you can see he's in there. That little lump. He's in the diaper
okay,
basket.
Gotcha. Hey, if I fits, I sits. That's the cat's mentality, right?
Remember, cats don't have masters; they have staffs.
That is true. That is very true. That is very true. Old Dirty Fatty, what's up, dude? He says, note to self: Portland equals STDs.
Indeed.
Gross.
Make sure to deal out if you visit.
Yeah, I have no desire to go to Portland, actually. Mm-hmm. It's strange how it keeps text before the stream starts. Kind of a waste of memory. Well, as soon as the stream is made, the StreamYards holds on to it. So, yeah. What's up, Christopher Bouchard? Hello, and can't wait to know more about Meathead.
Thank you.
And when does the preview book come out?
I've never seen you, Christopher, so thank you for dropping by.
I'm seeing Christopher around.
I didn't remember everybody. I've never seen Christopher's name. But
hello,
right. Welcome.
See more. Yeah, and as you keep campaigning for this book, you'll probably see more and more people that you you don't recognize. But that's what we want, right? We want more people to jump in on this this indie comics bandwagon.
Yeah, I want to
because indie comics are fucking great.
5 people.
Yeah. Now this is about making good books, entertaining people with good stories. What's up, Jason? He says, "Where's the real talent from the book?"
No,
brutal.
That's why I got to hire all these people around me, like that scumbag that just said that.
Right. Yep. I mean, that's what you do. You hire your friends that talk shit directly to your face, not behind your back. Exactly.
It's like a medieval jester. You hire the one that like takes the piss out of you, because he keeps me humble.
Yeah. It keeps you from getting too much into that ego that writers and artists have a tendency to cultivate, right? Got to have a certain level of ego to do this thing and keep pushing forward. But at the same time, that ego can be your downfall. Hubris, as they say, is the fall of many a person. But so you read anything good recently, man? Did you get a comic in the mail? Any kind of crowdfunding? Did you go to a comic shop? Did you get I don't know, anything good recently that you've really enjoyed?
I mean, I've been going, in terms of fiction, I've been reading the Parker novels again by Donald Westlake, or as he's known as Richard Stark. He's kind of like you had in that 60s all the way up to 2000s sort of crime genre. You had like Elmore Leonard and Jim Thompson, and then you had Richard Stark, who was the pseudonym for Westlake.
I've actually never read any of his stuff. I do like Elmore Leonard, though. He
is who Stephen King based The Dark Half off of.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Do you remember A Machine or whatever that was, the guy who wrote those books and that was going to get exposed for writing the tough guy books?
Right, yes.
That's supposed to be Westlake and Stark.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Interesting. Always interesting to find out stuff like that. I actually just recently finished the most recent Dungeon Crawler Carl book by Matt Dinneman. There's 7 of them now, and they're fucking hilarious. I wouldn't say that they're deep philosophical fiction. They're what you would call lit RPG books, but they're fucking funny as all hell. Like great humor, and it's like, I don't know. It's like it's like reading about a person stuck in a real life video game, basically. Like an RPG video game. It's pretty cool. Just an interesting concept. World gets taken over by like a sentient AI that basically rebuilds the world as this multi-layered dungeon that you have to fight your way through to the end. And if you make it to the end, you survive and you get to become a citizen of the world. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept. I like it. And fucking funny as shit, man. Audiobooks. One of the most recent audiobooks had Patrick Warburton come in and do one of the voices for it, and it was fucking great.
Who did Dune? I know you were listening to Dune for a while.
Oh yeah, I finished Dune. I liked the first book. I haven't gone into the other ones yet. The first one was like a full cast recording with sound effects and stuff like that, but it was an unabridged recording. Those are the only ones that I'll go for, unabridged. I can't do abridged audiobooks because
I hate when they. I don't know why they would do that. I hated that when they did that with books too.
Mm-hmm. They did that a lot with Star Wars books. I noticed, like some of the early, like because the EU, because I don't when I'm going to sit down and read something like in my hand, it's going to be a comic book because I've got such a backlog of comics to read. So the only way I actually get books in is by doing an audiobook because I can listen to it while I'm, inking a page or I'm doing, dishes or mowing the lawn or especially on car drives, like, car rides, like road trips. Like when I'm driving up to go see Feline, yeah, audiobooks all the way. Makes that drive just fly right by,
And they would do that a lot with Victorian era books, especially histories or like 10 novels or 10 volumes. They would abridge them, to save money.
Sure.
And that was irritating because you would come across something you really want to delve into, and it was like, yeah, that happened to me a lot, finding the abridged ones, and I would get like 9 copies of the abridged ones on eBay or something. It wasn't what I was looking for. Like the Gulag Archipelago, that happened to me a couple times with Solzhenitsyn when that book was really popular because of Jordan Peterson. And I kept finding the stupid abridged one until I found the 3, the 3 big chunky copies of it.
Oh, okay. You're talking about actual books this time.
Yeah, the actual full 1, 2, and 3, as opposed to just one abridged, 800 pages.
Oh, wow. No. You can't just abridge everything and then smush it all together into one volume. That's that's that. I don't know. I don't like that idea because who are you to decide what should be cut out of this book that was already published the way it was? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it was obviously left in the book for a reason. It's a part of the narrative being told, so you need to leave it in there. That's part of the book. So yeah, but they do that a lot with audiobooks just because don't want to take as much time, I guess. But more and more as things go on, people want unabridged audiobooks, and I've found that actually Alan Moore wrote a book called Jerusalem. That book was 60 fucking hours long.
Yeah, there's probably like 3 people who've actually read that book.
I mean, it is like a Gordian knot of 4 different narratives woven together into this big, thick novel. I'm glad I had an audiobook and that it was being read to me because it would have taken forever otherwise.
I bet you most people listened to it then read it.
Probably. What's up, Tokame? How you doing, Seth?
Speak of the devil, right?
Yeah. Old Dirty Faz says, bringing back the oral tradition. No dirty jokes. Exactly.
Speaking of which, what Tokame is here, why don't we just drop that Edge Punk link in the chat right there?
Oh, absolutely. Link is in the description of this video as well. Just to briefly touch on, if you guys are not familiar with Edge Punk, this is the digital. This is a physical copy of a digital magazine.
Yeah.
And if you go to edgepunk.net, you can check out the demo, which is what I'm holding in my hands here. But both Will and I are writing things for the magazine. Now, the cool thing about this magazine, like I said, this is a physical copy of a digital magazine. You can get all the benefits of a digital magazine, like links and video and music and moving pictures and all that stuff, animations. But you also can keep it because you've got a USB chip that you flip out and plug into your computer.
Yeah,
and
it's a digital physical copy.
Yeah, you get the benefits of digital, but you also get a physical copy that will never go away. So you can collect these, and each issue will have a brand new cover, a brand new card, and it will come in a blister pack. And so you will be able to collect all of them. and they will never go away because it will all be on that card. So hit that link that Will dropped in the chat, and also Feline's got the Edgepunk link tree there, so you can grab all of the links for Edgepunk. Be paying attention to that, because this is going to be a publishing upset. It's going to be a game changer. So pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You say that you have to read the book because nobody will be able to challenge you. You say that you have to read the book because nobody will be able to challenge you. I mean, the only person that could challenge you on knowledge of the book is somebody else that read the book.
I'm just saying that I don't think anybody actually wants to read it. They want, you know what I mean? They want to
book. Man, I tell you what, I enjoyed the book. I liked it. I guess it hit me at the right time. It's a book dealing with, you know, being in a certain area, because it takes place in one, you know, area of England, and it goes through the centuries of different people and ghosts and death and life and family and stuff like that. And my dad had just died, so I don't know, the narrative just hit me at the right time, and I really enjoyed the book. I still remember a lot of cool things about it. I mean, it's definitely Alan Moore written, but I thought it was a good book.
Well, he is a deeply closeted magician.
He's really high all the time. Like that motherfucker is high as a fucking kite.
Yeah.
Collect them all, says Old Dirty Fatty. That is correct. Is it in Jerusalem? No, it's in England. It's in London. It's a section of London, you know. Please listen to the wise Feline. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you, Miss Feline.
She's always on top of it, man. She's great about posting links for everybody, for everybody's projects, comics. She is a big supporter of this.
She's a gem like that.
She is indeed. She's my
beautiful
favorite person.
Wonderful hands.
Yes, she's all over beautiful. Let me tell you. But yes, she does.
I don't care.
Hands.
I write love letters about her hands all the time.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's all anybody else gets to see. I am lucky and blessed. Let me tell you. False advertising, the Jerusalem. Yeah, I suppose so. Copy and pasted the wrong thing. I was wondering. I was about to say, some person, you're awful obsessed with this box of tightly packed fudge. I don't know why.
Well, he wants to acknowledge the you know, the metaphor, or you know, simile.
Feline coming in with the hands. That's right. Let's see. Tokame says the magazine's issues are also licensed with an international ISBN and registered with the Federal Barcode Administration, which means that barcode on the back will scan. So yeah, be paying attention, because Edgepunk's going to take you by surprise. And, you know, if you like underground independent magazines with zero censorship and cool articles, awesome fucking cyberpunk stories, comics, videos, album reviews, board game reviews, you name it, we're going to have all kinds of stuff in there. Say again?
Short stories.
Short stories. Yep. That is correct. Speaking of fudge, I like maple flavored. You're obsessed with fudge. Jesus. Seems like a horror, I'm guessing, though. What, Meathead or Jerusalem?
Meathead,
Jerusalem is just it's supernatural, I guess. It's more of a very, very human story told from a supernatural point of view, I suppose. But did you read Exiled, Adam Lawson's book? Did you get it? Did you get that one?
I have it.
Okay.
I have no idea where it is, actually.
Oh. Anyway, I got that a while ago, and I finally read it, and I really fucking like that book.
I mean, can you imagine that I don't know where something is now?
I'm honestly surprised by that.
I've always been able to pull it out. You know,
I know. Look at you. Got that organized bookshelf behind you, everything in alphabetical order and stuff. Like none of this stuff behind me is
I can't believe it. I can't find it. No.
At any rate, I really enjoyed that book, and I'm looking forward to the next bit of it.
Hey, look, it's Michael Bancroft.
What's up, Shelby? Can Will show off my Meathead piece? I'm strictly here to stroke my own ego.
You want to start the show?
I mean,
with that?
shit, why not? Go for it. What's up, Bancroft? I hope your little one is feeling better tonight, Will. Says Bancroft.
Yeah, man. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, Mr. Bancroft, that night. took off her diaper, smeared her feces everywhere.
Oh wow, that's wow. Okay.
Daddy, I went poo.
Thank you for
All
sharing.
right. So what is this? Would you like to know, guys, what this is? This.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what this is and why it fits so perfectly for Meathead?
Well, if you guys are children of the 90s or you were fans of Mr. Shelby Robertson back in those days and where he worked and who he worked for, you would know that this is a homage cover to Prophet number 5, which was an Extreme Studios book under Image Comics created by Rob Liefeld.
Jace.
This was a seminal issue because it marked the transition from Dan Panosian to Stephen Platt, who they lured away from Marvel during his Moon Knight run.
Right.
And his like coming out party at Image was this cover, and it was a Vietnam themed issue for that Prophet. So I said, okay, it's one of my favorite covers. Let's have one of the best artists today who worked at that studio as a studio mate, Mr. Shelby Robertson, do the facsimile. And I think he did a better one, to tell you the truth, with my characters.
It's a fucking badass cover, 100%. Shelby always knocks it out of the park, though.
You can't hear me very well? Am I
I mean, I can hear you.
Allie says she can't hear me.
Welcome, Allie. Thank you for joining us. And he still kept promoting his book. That's right, because this book means a lot to him. This is his baby.
Mr. Bancroft, you got to know the show must go on. Right?
That's right. The show must go on.
This one, what this is going to be for the main campaign, when we actually do the full book, this is going to be a sign-up bonus that everybody gets who signs up and buys. And it'll be in color. And I'm trying to get another studio mate of Shelby's to color it. I'm hoping that Andrew Kromov will color it for us, who's a member of Extreme Color.
Mm-hmm.
He's a friend of ours, but he doesn't check his social media very much. So I'm waiting to see if he will do it. But somebody from that period has to color this because it just seems, appropriate.
Bancroft is saying the audio is very unbalanced. I tried to boost Will a little bit.
Let me switch to a better, better set of headphones, maybe.
Oh, okay. Could be your microphone. Let's see. I will. Wow. Okay. Maybe I am a little loud.
How about now? Better? Do I sound better?
I mean, you
guys?
sound better to me.
How about the chat? How do I sound, guys?
Let's see.
And
bring.
Oh, there's Morb. There, Ironside. I've never seen you. Hello. How are you?
What's up, Iron Oxide?
Oh,
I was
Iron Oxide
actually on. Yeah.
Oh,
I was actually on his show last week on Friday talking about Mercenary.
Bancroft, how's it sound?
It sounds okay to me. Luke is always louder. Yes, I'm very loud. Thank you.
You did a Jumanji.
Surprising nobody. Hale, what's up, Morb? No gaslighting. All right, yeah, I'll lower mine down, and let's see.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop self-promoting. I'm a whore that way.
Exactly.
I'll sell myself even if I have to scream into the streets.
Screaming into the mic. Yeah. Let's see. Like Jumanji Meat Bomb.
And yeah, keep going.
Mere weak audio can't stop this man's self-promotion. That's right. It could just be Luke's booming metal voice. Listen, my grandfather often told me that you're very stentorian. And I was like, what does that mean? And I had to look it up, and I came back and I was like, did you tell me I'm loud? Apparently my voice just it carries. It's got a lot of resonance to it. It's booming, so yes.
How about now? Better?
I mean, to me, you sound lighter than you were before, but
okay. Well, as long as everybody can hear me, I'm happy.
Christopher Bouchard wants to know when the preview book will be coming out. Do you have an idea on that one yet?
Right now, okay. So just to kind of clear up any confusion, we're doing 2 different campaigns, one after the other. So the first one is the preview book. The preview book is going to be about 20 pages of content finished of the actual book, And then there's going to be 5 to 10 pages of additional stuff, such as a page from the supplemental, like each page, like from each contributor to the supplemental. So you have kind of a taste of what the entire IP has to offer from the main campaign. And so the preview book will be in 2 tiers. There's going to be a more, like say, a luxury tier, which is around $50 to $60. It's going to be a metal book, basically a metal cover, brushed aluminum, like a gun, like a like a nickel-plated
like
gun.
gunmetal gray.
Yeah, and that's going to have an exclusive Frege cover, only exclusive to this book. It will not be reprinted, and that will be for the people who are true believers. You want something really collectible? There'll probably be 100 to 200 of those, and then beneath that, but not beneath that, but beneath that, but more affordable, around $20 to $25, will be what I call the mass market one, which will be a still high quality book, just more affordable. And that's going to be done by Nick Patera. He's going to do the cover to that.
Yes. Love Nick's work.
Of Axe Wielder John.
Yeah.
And so you'll have an option. If you just want to, help out, but you don't want to break the bank, boom, there's your option. If you really want something collectible, there's the metal book, right? And we're never going to reprint these. The covers will never be reprinted. So you'll have something unique from each campaign.
I think that's a good way to do it, actually.
And that's going to be sometime at the end of Q2, because we're still finishing the pages to get them in there. Actually, because we're actually doing the full production on the pages, from the art to the lettering on it. And then there's going to be a supplemental with the main campaign called Scars. That's going to be short stories from Irene and Allie, Ink Spots and Jason Bascom, Quiet Red Media and Christian Rossi, Phil Diaz and Charlie Snogans, and then maybe more if I can book more people to do stuff. But I'm going to try to include a page from each of those. So again, you get a taste of what the property has to offer. So if you want to come along for the main book, you've been warned, you've helped us contribute, and you got something for it. You got a collectible with it.
That's right. And gives, like he said, gives you a taste of the book and a good cross section of everything that you're going to get in the main campaign. And plus, you get the super cool, hyper collectible, limited edition preview book. You guys know as collectors that the preview books are always limited print run, and they're always the highly creme de la creme collectibles. So make sure you hit that link that Feline dropped for you. Make sure you signed up. So when it goes live, when you can get the preview book, you will be notified ASAP.
Now, we are doing a sign-up poster for this preview book, which is going to be done by, and I just confirmed this, by Jay Gonzo. And you may know him from Marvel Comics doing the covers for Aliens Paradiso, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight.
You and Krager had him on for comics like a couple months ago. Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He did those Sugar Skull set.
Yeah.
So he's going to be doing the poster for this one that you get for signing up and buying. We just haven't nailed down what the concept is yet,
and this image that we're showing right here is Shelby's poster for the main campaign. When people get the book,
you'll get. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Allie says, in the jungle, he must wait until the feds decide his fate.
Very good.
Is that the Jumanji thing? Okay.
Yeah, very good, Allie.
Some person says, Luke, you should try reciting Greek poetry and Shakespeare. You might like it. Well, I've read some Shakespeare, and I've read some Greek poetry. I haven't tried reading them out loud, though. I might have to do that. I might have to record that. Let's see. Morb says, that's some nice art, bro. Yeah, Shelby always does a damn good job. Just wait till you see the interiors. Krager's killing it, man.
Yeah, Shelby's effortlessly good. Like, cause I've seen him when he would do those Fractobers, and he would finish before everybody, and just be sitting there like a douchebag eating his chips, and he just did this beautiful piece that fills up like 9, 11 by 17 pages. He's like, no, drinking his Monster because he's from the, he's got to eat that garbage food because he's from the Southwest, so he's, lives off of AM/PM.
It's obscene how quickly he gets pieces done. It's not fair. Thank you, Feline, for dropping the link to Mercenary Guild. That's the book that Morb and I did together, along with Frank Walk doing the colors. You can go get that book now. In the jungle, the mighty jungle,
Aspartame.
the meathead sleeps tonight. Awi moe, awi moe.
What up? What up, Smokey? Can I get
Yo,
a dollar and
Smokey!
some envelopes? No, he's like, can I get a dollar and some envelopes? $3 in a jawbreaker?
Let's see.
You know how much money you can get in slipping falling in a stove?
Yep. Only one survives. There's room enough for everybody. Hail, brothers, ready for some metal meat heads. That's correct, sir. Aspartame and caffeine is what Shelby functions on, apparently. Gross.
And look at his inking on this, man. Look at the inking.
It's fucking great, man.
Inking.
And it really does have the feel of an old Splat cover. You know, that impact. I mean, obviously it's an homage, but you know, the line work, the weight, all of that, it's great, man. I really like personally. This image. Yeah.
And also, there's a reason why Rob Liefeld is always trying to grab Shelby to do his finishes.
Because he's damn good at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shocking. But yeah, this is going to be the poster that you get when you back the main campaign. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the actual preview book mailing list page, which you did a good job on the mailing list page, man. It looks good, especially starting off with this badass image by Christian Rossi. So while we're staring at Joe here, who is clearly not in a good mood, why don't you tell us where the idea for Meathead came from? Like, what was the impetus of what was Joe's origin, basically?
It's actually a funny story how this book came to be. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It actually starts with Adam Lawson, our good friend Adam.
Oh yeah.
And as you know, Adam was really active about in the space around 3 years ago, doing a lot, and he was trying to work with kind of everybody. And he was really active like 3 years ago.
Sure.
Now he's more like just doing one project at a time.
Right. But
he was approaching me, wanting to work with me because we were friends, and we could never quite find something to do together.
Yeah.
And he would come up with something, I'm like, and then I would come up with something, and be like, and then one day I was watching Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
And my favorite era of film is the 80s, and Quentin Tarantino can go suck a lemon because that's a great era. He hates it. Says it's the worst era of film, but he can kiss my butt.
Okay, whatever. That's why there's so many fucking hit films that came out during that era, and we keep going back to that well. But, go on.
He doesn't like it because he misses the kind of societal breakdown of the 70s where you could do anything you wanted, and it was just, violence and degeneracy. He didn't like the hopefulness of the 80s, But what I do like about the 80s is that it has a particular formula to its films, all of them, whether it's romantic comedies, horror films,
right,
the actioner, the sports film. It has a particular set of physics, like metaphysics of the time. So I'm watching Commando, and I'm sitting here going, you couldn't make this now. You couldn't make a movie where he literally just walks around and wipes out an entire Latin American country and doesn't get shot. And, people are throwing grenades at him. Vernon Wells is all fat and shit, and he can go toe-to-toe with Mr. Olympia, He doesn't give a shit, He's just fat. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you between the balls!
You leave any of them for us? Just dead bodies.
Just a whole lot of body bags. Yeah. Or
exactly.
Is that Troutman? Well, whatever.
Fucking great movie, though.
But I was watching it, and I went, what would be really fun if you designed a line of books where you pretended you were the producer at a company like Canon Pictures, at Carolco, those signature production companies of the 80s, and you were making a line of movies, but they were comics, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to make the holiday horror movie. So which holiday are we going to use? I'm going to make the feel good military movie, and I was going to say, okay, why don't we use all the mechanics of the 80s to design these books?
Right.
And we call it the 80verse. And I went to Adam and I proposed this idea for this universe called the 80verse, and he really loved it. And we started kind of say, okay, what could populate this line? And we said, okay, you've got to have the Kids on Bikes book. You got to have the Young Guns Brat Pack book.
Yep.
You've got to have what was the other one? There was one. You've got to have the serial killer slasher book.
For sure.
That's based on a holiday or something. You know what I mean?
Quintessential.
And you've got to have the Chuck Norris missing in action Rambo movie, right?
Yes.
And so as we were like organizing these books, I said, what can we do for the Rambo one? And I'm like, let's make a book called Meathead. And they were originally just supposed to be. It was supposed to be just very trite, 80s stuff.
Right.
But the name, the title, and the idea just kept rolling around in my head. Meathead. I like this idea of this guy stuck in the nom. Why is he stuck in the nom? And back then, it was just to kind of fit him into this universe. It was going to be like a small town where aliens invade, and all the characters are going to converge, and it was going to be like a 0 hour type thing. Because of course you have to have aliens in the 80s. You have to have an alien invasion.
Of course. I mean, of course. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it all the way. You got to get that whole well-rounded stable of stories. What up, Jay Ryan? He says, Shelby, your friendly neighborhood cheap whore. It's because Shelby said he's cheap. That's why
he's not cheap.
Rob Willis always wants him to do his finishes. Feline says that would explain all the ramen, Shelby. It's like a movie poster for Apocalypse Next movie. Benedict! I had to let him go.
I'll kill you now!
Jesus.
Do you remember that? Because there's so many great lines in that film, in Commando. It's a very quotable film.
It really is. It really is. It's been, God, how long is it? It's been probably about 6 or 7 years since the last time I watched it.
Remember you said when I'd kill you last?
I lied. There's so much more to Meathead than the program, though. Some truly scary stuff. Yeah.
Indeed.
And hit that link so you can sign up so you do not miss when this goes live. Oh, thank you, baby, for dropping the link.
And of course, even Commando has that, right? So every surplus store has a fucking arsenal in the back. Right? There's a button, and there's an arsenal of like every illegal weapon in the back of a surplus store.
Of course. I mean, like they have like the entire contents of like the gun range and the gun store combined, in a hidden safe. I mean, that I think that's probably part of the reason why I want like a movable like bookshelf or a hidden room behind a wall study to have like, the books and the magazines and all that stuff, but also guns, lots and lots of guns that nobody can find. That's right. Canon budgeted every film for $20 million. Well, that explains a lot. Skull, gorgeous. What's up, Aldous? He says, greetings and good evening.
Hey.
All. Well, greetings and good evening to you, sir. It's good to see you.
Aldous is another gem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very kind individual.
Oh, it's always nice to see him, and always good conversations with Aldous about comics. Dude knows his stuff, not just comics, but pulp era stuff. Characters, story building. He knows his shit. It's always fun having a conversation with Aldous. Old Dirty Fatty says, by the way, Henson put out some great stuff in the 80s. Damn right they did. Culminating with the Ninja Turtles. Like the Ninja Turtles, that first movie still holds up to this day and is better than probably any other Ninja Turtle movie they've done.
But Ninja Turtles was in the early 90s, wasn't it?
It was 89.
It came out in 89 or was being made?
It came out in 89. Yep. They started filming in like late 87, early 88, and that movie came out in 89. Yep, 1989.
Huh.
Yep. Same year the Batman came out.
And it was one of those films that surprised you how good it was.
Yes.
You were not expecting
highest grossing independent film. Highest grossing independent film of all time at the time. So.
What up, Down Go Solo? How you doing?
Meathead spice mix, salt, pepper, cayenne, turmeric, despair, LSD, DMT, ayahuasca, and time. Yeah. That sounds about right. What happens in the jungle stays in the jungle. Right up until it doesn't.
Allie said 1990s when it actually came out.
Yeah, okay. Well, whatever.
It was shot in the 80s.
89, 90. Yeah. Jarhead is going to be my Meathead parody book. Well, there you go. It's kind of what they call Marines, Jarheads, but Guns and Chocolate. Yes. Buying this will give you cool indie comic cred. That is correct.
Indeed.
Hey, you're welcome, sir. Let's see. Watched Ninja Turtles a few months back. It holds up like a mofo. Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does.
But it doesn't stack up to Turtles in Time. I'm sorry. That is a magnum opus.
You mean the video game?
The third one.
Yeah.
The terrible
wait, you're talking about the third movie? Get the fuck out of here. Like,
was it called
don't
Turtles
make me
in Time?
kick you.
The third one?
Yes, it was called Turtles in Time, and that movie is god fucking awful. It's terrible. I mean, they did bring Casey Jones back for a bit part, but yeah, they stuck to the source material.
I think I saw it once in the theaters as a kid, and that's it.
What up, Solo?
I do remember Frega in the second one, doing the Go Ninja Go,
Yes, we do not talk about the third movie. Will out there trying to start fist fights. That is correct. Bancroft, don't bother with that one. It's awful.
Yeah.
The second one is tolerable. The third one is just better off ignored. Go from the second movie to the what was it, 2009?
The
animated one, TMNT. It's much better. Much better. TMNT animated movie where they get turtles from other cartoon universes was cool too. Yeah, that actually entire series, the 2004 to 2000 whatever series, that is a damn good animated series. Darker than the original animated series and closer to the comic book.
By the way, what Shelby said there, you're incorrect, Shelby, about you don't foresee a 4K release. Actually, Arrow just got the rights to do it.
God, why?
What? What's wrong with? Oh, he did 3. I didn't see
3.
That,
yeah, no. The first one, yes. I would love an actual high quality Blu-ray copy of the first one.
Yeah, Arrow got the license to do a 4K release of the Turtles movies.
Nice.
So, no. You know Arrow Video, right?
I've heard the name before. I'm not super familiar with them though.
They're a premium genre movie brand boutique label.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Or just get endlessly frustrated at the NES game. Yes, that game is ridiculously difficult. I remember being a kid trying to play that damn game. Fuck, man.
With the stupid electronic, jelly or whatever's underwater.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the electrified seaweed for whatever. Yes. I remember just getting frustrated with the game, turning it off, and staring at the cover, just because the cover was so fucking cool. Still one of my favorite Ninja Turtle images to this day.
Life Force in 4K is in the UK only in Arrow. And here in this country, it's Scream that did it in 4K. Scream Factory.
Oh, okay. I've actually never seen Life Force. Feline has told me that I need to watch it, though. That's a great film.
Got a naked lady in it. Walking around naked for the entire film.
Yes, I'm sure there's more to it than that, though.
I mean, when you're a little boy watching it, no, not really.
Yeah, okay. Awesome movie, she says. Well, see, there you go. There you go. But anyway, getting back to the point at hand here. Joe, sitting here in his hut with his trophies, and this right here, this is where you plunk your email address in, and you get your exclusive access to the preview.
And you will get that Jay Gonzo poster if you buy with your sign up. I'll match the email addresses and get you your Jay Gonzo poster.
So sign up here, and when the book goes live, the preview book goes live, buy, and then you will get that poster. But I just want to point out how fucking badass these two images are. I remember when you sent me this image for the first time, I was just like, holy shit, that's fucking cool. And there's so much storytelling going on in this, half a page right here. There's so much fucking storytelling going on here. It's ridiculous. I love it. Love it. And
even in Shelby's there is. There's
stuff
going on in there too.
Oh, of course. I mean, but just the stuff on the wall back here, on the floor and whatnot, just, given what I know about the story, and I can't wait for everybody to get their hands on the book and to be able to see what all this stuff means. And this is just a haunting image. The deer woman, and you'll find out about the deer woman as you go through the story here. But you can see some concept artwork from Krager.
By the way, guys,
Joe,
this is the sorry.
What up,
This
Billy?
is the,
and
because
Tank, what's up, Tank?
Here you go. I presented something. This is Rob Willis's logo. We haven't stuck in a lot of places yet because it just got turned in.
Let's see.
If you guys want to see it.
Add stage. Yeah, I went to your Twitter and grabbed this off of your Twitter page, and then inverted it and used it in the thumbnail for this video.
Thank you. So yeah, Rob Willis designed this by hand, and this is now our logo.
Fuck yeah!
I think he did a wonderful job.
I think he did too.
Speaking of which, speaking of Rob Willis, for the main campaign, he's designing a T-shirt for that, and so you'll be able to get a Meathead T-shirt with Joe's mug on there. But that's top secret right now. But know that you will be able to get a Rob Willis T-shirt on the main campaign.
And damn well I will be getting a T-shirt because I fucking love T-shirts. Anybody that knows, I mean, they have a tendency to lose their sleeves for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but yes, I love T-shirts. And screen printed T-shirts, that's my jam.
This campaign, the shirt we're doing is this one. So if you get both, there'll be a cool match. If you get the Willis one and the Krager one, you have the villain and the hero. Shirt.
Oh fuck yeah. That's awesome, dude. I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually.
And Bancroft's like, you're not going to put it sheened over the whole shirt. No, it's just going to be a rectangle in the middle of the shirt.
Nice.
So we're going to have some cool swag on both campaigns.
Allie is claiming that she invented the deer woman. You're welcome.
Yes, she
did.
did.
Me well. You're using my thing.
Oh, she sounds like someone I know. Anyways.
Damn. Feline says the deer woman looks like a friend of hers.
She looks like the mother of my child, but I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that we draw inspiration from where we can.
Indeed.
We all have harpy women in our lives.
Just make sure you order the right size. Yes. I got a T-shirt from Bancroft, and I forgot to change the size, and I ended up with a small shirt, which there's no way in hell I'm ever going to fit into a small.
Okay,
there's no way I'm going to fit into a medium. So I still need to order a new shirt from Bancroft. But Feline got that shirt, Bancroft. So yeah, so she benefited. What Bancroft said, gimme rectangle. But look how Panosian this is, and I actually showed this to Panosian, and he was very Panosian. Impressed. He was very impressed by it. So, praise from Caesar. Right. Damn, the coloring turned out dope, says Billy. It did indeed. Mm-hmm. The bar is closed, Will. Don't hit your head on it. I appreciate you hanging out with us while you're cooking dinner, Tank. Good to see you, man.
By the way, to cap off that story, we're talking about the origin of this. Eventually, what the project we were going to do, me and Adam, the kind of like business structure he was going to do, financing he was going to get, kind of went in a different direction, and we just sort of split. And it went dormant after that. And then for about a year, and then I met my daughter's mother, and then I kind of disappeared for a year, as you remember.
Yes, I do remember.
During that, I'm not going to go into detail, but I kind of experienced one of the more challenging periods of my life with that person, and then reemerged like a phoenix from the ashes. And what came with me was this book in a completely different form than what I had conceived to do with Adam, which was to be more of a Chuck Norris movie.
More kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of like playing into the kind of 80s action movie camp, as it were.
Yeah, but instead it's like missing in action type.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. This is more like Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, Born on the 4th of July. The sort of tone you're going to see in this is as though Oliver Stone directed it.
I think that's a good idea. It adds a certain level of gravitas to the story.
Oliver Stone's a big influence on this.
Okay, excellent. Let's see. What's up, Guapo? He says,
Hey,
I am
Guapo.
here for Will and Will only, and only Will.
Thank
Everyone
you,
else
Guapo.
can go now. Well, unfortunately, buddy, you're going to have to deal with me because, kind of on my channel here. But, yeah. Yeah, let's see. We had a blast lecture. Looking forward to this one. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, Allie. Feline and I will be at Heroes Con. We'll be tabling with Shattermare Comics. We'll have issues of Mercenary Guild #1.
By the way, I take exception to what Maromi just said, because Heaven's Gate is a masterpiece. And I'm not being tongue-in-cheek. It is a true masterpiece.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It is. It's now. It used to be the label for the worst movie ever made. It's a Heaven's Gate scenario, right? For like
okay.
disastrous production with a terrible result, like Alien 3, for example. But that's not what happened with Heaven's Gate. It actually produced a masterpiece, especially in its uncut form. If you can get the Criterion version of it and see it in its full splendor, it is quite a film. And he says that because Michael Cimino directed The Deer Hunter, and he like sweeped the Oscars with it when The Deer Hunter came out. And then
right,
he made
I remember hearing that.
Heaven's Gate, and then Heaven's Gate ended his career almost. So Triumph,
okay.
Next movie down in the depths,
Not saying it's bad, it's just not for comics as well.
Oh, of course, right, yeah. Of course.
Heaven's Gate is my second favorite cult, says Eric the Guapo. Well, there you go.
Well, which
what
Heaven's
up, Tate
Gate
Prime?
are we talking about?
Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Yeah, there was lots of good pics of everyone. Let's see. Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from the Kool-Aid. Let's see. Yeah, subscribe to Bancroft. He does awesome shows. Will actually launch the mailing list on Bancroft's channel.
And thank you, Mr. Bancroft. Despite all odds and children trying to derail me and sabotage me with her poop diaper.
Uh-huh. And just, what that which does not kill you just makes you stronger, Will.
All right,
that's how that goes.
What about this thing? If this thing,
No, the kitty. The kitty just wants attention. He wants to be part of the action. Hi, kitty. It's like, what? Who are you?
What up, Peaches?
Is that the cat's name, Peaches?
Yeah, this is Peaches. Peaches and cream.
He's like, you love me. You love it when I come sit on your lap while you're writing.
No, I don't. Not especially when he wakes me up early. He gets up in my face.
Well, that's how they show love.
By the way...
Also, to let you know that they're hungry and that you need to feed them.
Allie designed this page, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Nicely done, Allie. Page looks good.
She was very kind to make this for me because I was overwhelmed. And not lazy, overwhelmed.
No, the page looks good. It fits the theme. Here's that badass piece that Weldon did.
Yep, Mr. Matt Weldon, another good friend of ours and fantastic artist. Another guy like Shelby who doesn't know how good he is.
Right? I love the dynamicism of this entire shot. It looks like a knockdown, drag-out fight, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. With something, that character is not in the first book because we don't really get into Joe's head in the first book. He's kind of like Kurt Russell in Soldier. He doesn't talk in the first book. We take on his point of view in the second book, and you'll understand this symbolism and who this character is and how it relates to his conditioning.
Mm-hmm. Again, everything stays in the jungle right until it doesn't. So, you're gonna have to get this preview book to find out. And it's gonna be just a taste of. It's gonna be a good taste, but it's gonna be just a taste of what's to come in the main book. Yo, Odin, what's going on, man? Good to see you,
Odin.
sir.
How are you?
Welcome. My favorite is The Cult of Personality. It's a damn good song by Living Colour, too. Cult of Personality.
Is that by the Wayans brothers?
No.
What up? Look, it's
Living Colour. Really? You don't remember the band Living Colour?
No, in Living Colour, the Wayans brothers.
Well, the TV series, yes. No, I remember. It's how
does it go? In Living Colour, you gotta do what you wanna do. Anyways, Mark McGowan.
What up, Marco? Welcome, sir. Good to see you, man. I ain't got time to bleed.
And by the way, he's known as the Madman because he can do anything with lettering, and he's the fellow colorist on the book with Krager.
Hell yeah.
Marco worked at Top Cow. He did the Fathom and the Darkness. I mean, extremely experienced gentleman, and I'm glad to have him.
Yeah. Got a fucking. I mean, that's just Krager and Golly are just like that's just like the tip of the iceberg of the killer's row of talent you've got on this book, man.
Oh yeah,
and they're fucking killing it. You know.
Yeah, they're carrying me because you know.
you're just a writer. You're just coming up with words and stuff. They're making it actually sing on the page. We know. That's all right. We know.
Since Odin is in the chat, I'll use a Roman analogy. I don't really have to do much with a Roman legion. I just have to point it in the right direction, and it's so well trained, it'll just kill for you.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So I could be a shitty general and still win.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Jay Ryan says, Weldon is wild. Watching him draw is like watching a Xerox machine output an image. Damn. Just a machine. He's a nice dude, too. CM Punk's theme song? I have no idea. I have heard of CM Punk. I can't say that I am familiar with. See, Tokame knows what I'm talking about. Great song. That's right. That art reminds me of Warhammer Fantasy RPG. Best art ever in an RPG book. There you go.
Yep, that Adrian Smith, all those guys. That's actually a big. It's funny you should say that because for the Rob Willis T-shirt, I'm copying Adrian Smith, his style for his book Hate, Chronicles of Hate.
Ah, okay.
Who was one of the main artists for Games Workshop back in the day.
Oh, okay. Nice. Well, there you go. Odin says I can attest to this. And, Ali says, yes, it is his theme song. And Odin says, yes, Cultural Personality, CM Punk's walk-on song. That's cool. I've never been into wrestling. I've never really watched it, never really paid attention to it, but I know that a lot of people really dig it.
Heretic.
So. Me?
Where'd you go up? What were you doing?
I was reading comic books, man.
Yeah, but comic books were saturated with wrestling promos.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I paid any attention to them.
Why don't you step into a Slim Jim?
Yeah, I never really ate Slim Jims. They're gross.
What's wrong with you?
But you can taste the hog anus. Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm all set, thank you. Nope, I was too busy watching, Chuck Norris movies with my dad and reading comic books.
But you could do all three. That's what I'm telling
you.
Yeah,
I never
got
into
the Ultimate
it, man.
Warrior like communing with Darth Vader. I'm Hulk Hogan. I grab your and like.
Nope. I mean, I remember seeing the Ultimate Warrior. See, Feline gets it. Doesn't mean you get into it. Exactly.
I grabbed the two pilots who have already made the sacrifice.
Wrestling is soap operas for men. That might be why I never got into it. I had books to read and comics to read and video games to play. You know, Big Time
like
Wrestling is a comic come to life. Think about it. Okay. Never. Wrestling was a good time.
I'd say Internet Blood Sports is basically WWF. It's like just wrestling promos all day long.
Huh. Yeah, nope, never got into it. Just never did. I don't know. I guess I never had any older siblings or older cousins that were into it, so I never got introduced to it, you know. I had friends that were into it, but I never sat down and watched anything with them. I played some wrestling video games back in the day, but that's really about it. So, rather watch survival shows, says Feline. I'd rather play a video game. I'm playing some video games right now. LOL, playing Lies of... Oh, Lies of P looks like a fun one. I love Soulsborne type games. I got Elden Ring when it first came out, and I've still only played about 8 hours of it. Yep. One day I'll get back to it. Maybe. Wrestling uses the same larger-than-life characters and exaggerated moves like comics. Ah, okay, I see. And live streaming WrestleMania is one of my most popular streams. Well, hey, there you go. Give the audience what they want. And what they want is badass comics like this.
Exactly.
Which means you need to hit that link in the description of this video, and that Feline has so graciously dropped multiple times in the chat, so you can sign up for this book. So you get the Jay Gonzalez poster that comes with the preview book when it goes live. Jay Gonzo, excuse me. And that way you get the poster that comes with the preview book. And then when the book actually launches, you're going to get the Shelby Robertson poster. Now, do you know how many pages you're going to have in this preview book?
Between 20 and 25.
That's a solid preview.
And again, we're trying to complete it full size. So, would you like to see a page from it?
Yeah. Is that?
Okay.
Look who you're asking. Is that even a question? Really?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have probably seen this on my Twitter, but might as well show it here. Let's show. This one is. Here you go. This is one that's.
Looks like it's about to get by emotions. A swift kick to the groin. Ouch. Dr. Mass says he has signed up.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. And you won't be disappointed. I promise you won't be.
Apparently, Feline stopped watching wrestling when Ricky Steamboat left and Jay Youngblood left. I've heard those names. I am not familiar.
Down goes. So all the pages are being done traditionally. This was all done by hand.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Because even though Krager works in digital a lot, there's something magical about his stuff when he does it on board.
Mm-hmm.
And this in particular,
excuse me.
One thing I said this on Phil's show, but I'm going to repeat it again for all you creators out there. If you're trying to court an artist, don't ask them to repeat what they did on another book. They don't like that. So when he did Jawbone Death, he was getting tons of offers of people just saying, "Hey, Dancing Monkey, just do Jawbone Death for me, would you?" And it annoyed the shit out of him because no artist wants to repeat themselves.
Mm-hmm. Got to grow as an artist. Got to try different things. Yeah.
When he came to do this book, it took a while for him to get into his happy place because he was doing his normal zippy tone style that didn't quite work in this environment of organic forms like a jungle. It just looked too flat when he would do that Jawbone Death sort of thing.
Right. It didn't fit the storytelling style.
Right. So then he started looking at Panosian and Breccia. And people like that, and Miller, of course, and said, "I'm going to do this gray toning instead of a zippy tone." And what it did is, if you look at it, all that foliage, all that jungle, the sky, it just now looks heavy and full and and just the environment looks packed now instead of doing that zippy tone.
No, I think the gray tones are fucking great. It gives it so much depth. Like, because the atmospheric perspective literally pushes back, especially at I guess you can't see my cursor, but in the back where the helicopter is, and that's white, kind of a white silhouette. Yes. I love the way this page is constructed and the way it just pushes back and it draws your eye. Krager's a great storyteller, man. I am so looking forward to seeing the pages and being able to, sit down and read this. But yeah, I think you guys made the right choice, artistic wise, going in this direction. I love Jawbone Death. Jawbone Death was a great fucking book. But I think this fits the type of story that you're telling a lot better than the Zipatone. I think you guys made the right choice.
By darkening it like that, like I said, it fills out this jungle really nicely. Especially with the contrast with the white. So when he's getting hit by that rain, it's got that nice, thick landing like Frank Miller stuff has, and that graphic image that slices through the page and breaks up all those forms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's great, man. Pages with rain looks so cool. This is sweet. Yeah, man. And, getting the rain to actually look like rain and not have it just be this mess of lines on the page, it's a balancing thing. And you guys managed to hit it right here. Krager did fucking fantastic, man.
And here's
I'm
the
so looking
very
forward
first
to.
page. That's kind of the last page of the sequence when he's done his carnage in that building. And this is the first page of the whole book. The very first page Krager did that said, okay, good, this is going to work. When I
Right.
first saw this, I said, okay, this is going to work.
Yeah. I like how Joe is just kind of like blending in with the background, which,
Yeah.
is what he does. The ghillie suit, he's hiding in plain sight. But yeah, I told you guys in my tweet that this book is going to be brutal, and you can see exactly what I mean here. It's going to be brutal. Very brutal.
Yeah, for the next 20 pages, or so, he's going to work his way around this building into this room on the top of this villa, this Vietnamese villa, where there's like what I call a globalist meeting taking place. Europeans and Chinese and local Vietnamese to talk about how the Soviet Union's about to open up because it's during the Afghan war and the end of communism. So they're kind of talking about how they're gonna carve up the Soviet Union when it falls, and what part Asia is gonna play in that. And there's Europeans there discussing that. Okay, from your side of the world, we need to pump vice into there. We need to pump drugs. We need to pump
Right.
sex, and that's why the bad guy with that skull mask is kind of their proxy on the ground, who controls all the scum of Asia. And his job for these people is to conduct those operations and make sure that Russia is weakened as a national entity when it eventually collapses, the Soviet Union collapses. And so they're having that meeting, and Joe's working his way around, and each of these pages is him taking out these guards while they're talking over it in this meeting. And eventually he'll be inside the building, and I'll show you a layout from when he enters the meeting because it's so cool. It's totally unfinished, and he's working on this right now, but it is so cool and exceedingly violent. The way
You guys are getting some exclusive inside looks at the book here. I just want to point that out. This is
New book this exclusive
Okay, so
look.
the finale of the kind of payoff to all this sneaking around and talking is this one page, right, where he enters the room here. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see because it's a layout, but what Joe did was he took a guard's head, jammed a grenade in there, threw it through the door, and then it blew up, shredded everybody, and as it's shredding, he's breaching. So you could see him in the center. You could see the grenade shredding the first two guys. He grabs one of the Europeans, throws him into the fireplace, and then let's rip with an Uzi and just mows down the Chinese generals that are standing there dumbfounded.
well, I mean, you got this huge hulking dude that just suddenly busts into your meeting. Like, of course you're going to be dumbfounded.
With a grenade.
With a grenade. Yeah, I mean, shock and awe, as they say, right?
And I love this kind of John Romita presentation of that last panel with the Uzi. Doesn't it look like John Romita Jr.?
Oh,
Like
that definitely has shades of like Punisher Warzone, Romita Jr. Absolutely.
Because it's like boom, breach, grab, throw into the fireplace, unload with the Uzi, and everybody's just like, "What the hell just happened?" Guys are getting mowed down.
Hit him quick, hit him fast. I like the fact that that one dude that's getting shredded up in the top panel there, his arms going off in the opposite direction to the rest of his body. Like I said, guys, this book is going to be brutal. Like, like an 80s action movie, just pumped up on steroids and in comic book form instead.
So the next page, and again, we're being exclusive. Again, he's got the finished ones, but I haven't shown those yet. Let me see. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. This is the next page after that one, and it's a little hard to see, but here's the guys. Panel one is the guys getting raked by the Uzi. Here's a guy that got shredded by the grenade. He's crawling. He looks up and sees Joe's boot. And then gets squashed into the floorboards.
Oh, fuck. Eyeballs popping out.
And this guy's a CIA agent who popped up from behind the couch where the fireplace was. Tries to shoot Joe. Joe whips around, shoots his fingers off where he's holding the weapon.
That's fucking great.
And so
a bit of the ultra-violence, says Dr. Mask. Yes, just a wee bit of the ultra-violence.
Maybe you need to zoom in on that, on the guy. I like his face right there. He's like, ah! Smash.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that page done. Eyeballs and brain matter flying everywhere.
And that last page we saw where he's walking in the jungle, like out a ways after he's done all this carnage. And the bad guy they were waiting for, the main bad guy who was late, is coming in on the hind. He shows up. They get off on the landing pad. Nobody's there to greet them. And they go in and they find the carnage and they document it. And then we cut to America where the replacement CIA agent, our bleeding lady, is getting those pictures of the carnage that our bad guy took for them.
Shelby says, book is all ages, clearly. Yep.
Oh, yes. 4 and under, preferably. It's an anatomy book.
Traumatize them early, Dr. Mass says, great storytelling leading the eye.
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. I think you guys are going to really love this book when you get it. I can't imagine... Put it this way. I'm such a cocky son of a bitch that I can't imagine you wouldn't buy the main book after seeing this. Not necessarily for my writing skill, just for the art. As an art piece, I think you guys will buy it. The main book after seeing this.
Absolutely.
Fuck Will. Krager.
Yeah, I just want to point out, look at all the names here. So of course Will, writer, but Jason Krager, Marco Galli, Dan Fraga doing a cover, Shelby Robertson doing that poster that you saw, Charlie Snogans doing a story with Phil Diaz writing, Matt Weldon, Christian Rossi, Quiet Red Media, Jason Bascom, Ink Spots, and then of course Irene and Allie doing a short story in it as well. And you doing a pinup. That is correct. I am indeed doing a pinup for the book. In fact, if you guys would like to see that, I can show that real quick if you'd like.
And Nick Patera is doing the other tier on the preview book. So if you like Axe Wielder John, his art will be available on the affordable the more entry level version of the preview book. Dr.
Mass says all you had to say was Christian Rossi to me.
Oh yeah, dude, Christian's one of my top 5 favorite
That's right. Well, I mean, this is an example of Christian Rossi's work right there.
Yep.
Christian's great. I love his stuff, man. He's so good. Let's see here. So, open recent and Meathead.
And I want to say this though, because Allie was right earlier. She gave me a lot of ideas in the beginning. We were talking, and she did give me the idea for the Deer Woman because Joe's a Native American man. You can't tell because he's deformed here, but when he was whole, he's like, looks like Hawk from Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
This kind of perfectly shaped Indian man.
Jason says he's going to be digging out your art to send to you tonight or Wednesday.
Thank you.
Will.
Thank you, Jason.
Let's see. Downgo Solo wants to know if you're going to be keeping it black and white.
The main book, for the actual campaign, no, that's going to be full color. But this one, we're debating about whether or not we're going to color it because it looks so damn good in black and white.
It really does.
We don't know. It's not a matter of being cheap or anything. It's more just a matter of preference.
Right. Let's see. So
we for the preview book, we just might. While we're waiting for that, let me show them the Rob Willis cover. Why not? Because
absolutely. That's what I used in my thumbnail.
Yep. So for the main campaign, the cover for the book, as will all 3 books, will be done by Rob Willis, who's a good friend of ours. And this is what the main campaign's book cover will be. Is this?
Okay. Well, I've got mine here. I don't want to have to go after Rob Willis because then mine's just going to look terrible. So I'm going to show this first real quick. So this is the pinup I'm working on for the book. As you can see, Joe in his get up here with the skull. My inspiration for this piece was kind of Friday the 13th. The kind of slasher flick movie posters. And, of course, you've got the deer woman underneath, here to consume, Joe.
I like the way you made the trees kind of her horns. Also, not a lot of people draw him with his helmet on. They always want to draw him as Jason Voorhees.
Well, see, that's kind of what I was taking as an inspiration. Voorhees. I wanted to give that big hulking, unstoppable killer vibe to it. And this is obviously going to be very dark. I'm going to be printing this out. This is obviously digital pencils. I'm going to be printing this out and then inking it traditionally, and probably going to be doing ink wash in the background. Like I like to do with the moon and everything. So yeah. Thank you, baby. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. And
thank you.
It's going to be, this will be in the gallery section in the supplemental book, along with all the other talented artists that you're seeing here. You're going to get all the artwork in the main campaign that you can collect in the supplemental book. That's going to be awesome.
Going to be a hell of a supplemental book, that's for sure. But hit that link so you're signed up for the campaign.
Especially the script Allie turned in, the one she's doing with Rini. That's going to be really something. Theirs is going to be quite cool because I like the idea of the girl team doing this very savage story. It's a fun dichotomy.
Yeah.
So this is the Rob Willis cover for the main book of the main campaign, and all 3 books in the trilogy will be a Rob Willis cover. And my philosophy here is, again, if say we do it on Indiegogo, that's it. You're not going to get this cover anywhere else. If I reprint this book, you guys who buy it only get it here. So if you want Rob Willis on your cover, you back these 3 campaigns, you only get Rob Willis. I'm not going to reprint that cover.
Right.
So if we do something on Kickstarter or something, that's not going to be the same cover. So I want everybody to kind of be safe in knowing that when you get an exclusive, it's an exclusive.
Right. Yeah, and you get to offer something for the collector's market as well. Say there are people that are completionists and they want everything. It gives them more covers to collect. But, it also gives people that signed up and ordered ahead of time this exclusive cover that they know they're not going to be able to get anywhere else. There is, especially in this crowdfunding scene, there is a little bit of the FOMO, fear of missing out. You want people to understand that, yes, this is a limited time opportunity to get this specific cover. And as Feline says, wow, yeah, Willis fucking crushed it on this cover, man. And I am absolutely looking forward to this particular cover. I'm sure that the other covers will be awesome and badass as well. Obviously the villain cover that Krager did, the Fraga cover for the preview book, they're all going to be fucking awesome. But this is badass, dude.
For the Scars book, the supplemental where all these talented people are going to be telling their stories, I'm talking to an artist right now who is a huge rock star name, and he hasn't said no. He hasn't said no. He said, "Let me see in Q3." If I can do it, I wish I could tell you who it is, but I don't want. I can't. But
not yet. No.
If I get this person, you guys are going to be really impressed. Who's doing that cover?
That's awesome. Solo says signed up. Sounds cool, and I really like the art. Hell yeah!
Thank you.
Please listen to the Wise Feline. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. We're having fun here, talking about comics. This is what we do on New Book Who Dis.
By the way, guys, this has been colored by Tanya Wicker, who did Terror in the Trenches and Monster MD. Extremely talented woman. I'm not going to show it because from now on, now that I've got a mailing list, I'm going to shoot it to you guys first. Everything I have, so you can have a look at it like a week or 2 before I post it on Twitter.
All the more reason to sign up for the mailing list right now. Go hit that link. Go sign up.
I plan to drop art there on the mailing list first before I put it on Twitter.
I think it's a good idea. That's incentive for people to sign up for the mailing list. That way, you're already getting exclusive looks at the campaign. You're already involved with the book. So yeah, hit that link, sign up, and make sure that you are ready to rock and roll when the book goes live.
And look at that. I mean, I maybe I'm biased, but I think this is one of the best pieces Rob's ever done, and I own it. It's mine. It's mine. I'm not selling it on the campaign. It's mine.
Well, yeah, duh. I mean, there's a lot of depth to this piece. It's pretty impressive. You know, and I've actually seen the color version of this, or at least a version of the color version, and the colors just absolutely knock it up a notch as well.
Yeah,
it's fucking
Tanya
great.
is extremely good at mood, as you can see from like Terror in the Trenches.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Love
good
Terror in
colors.
the Trenches. Such a good book. So yeah, go ahead and hit that link, sign up. That way you can get all of this fucking awesomeness. Tank says, really loving the art. Yes, indeed.
I don't own a Bernie Wrightson original, Allie. I own a lot of prints. If I owned a Bernie Wrightson original, I wouldn't be here. Like,
I tell you what you do own that I would absolutely loot from your corpse if I could is that that black flagged trifold piece.
yes.
You know? Yes. But I've told you that many
Allie.
times.
Allie, if that was the original of that Frankenstein piece, you know, the "I will be with you on your wedding night," you know, the famous one, that's a $1 million piece. Literally $1 million, Allie. I think that's what it went for at auction, right? At $1 million.
That wouldn't surprise me. You know, that was what, 2 11x17s, that piece? And how long did he take to do that? And he took like what, a couple of years to do that Frankenstein book
7
back
years.
in the day? 7 years to do that Frankenstein book?
It took him 7 years, yeah.
Fuck, man. I
He
mean,
did it all with pen.
well, yeah. And his style was dictated by the old woodcut illustrations that people used to do. He thought that the artists did that with pen, and they weren't just like carving into wood and then putting ink on it and pressing it down.
I think you're getting confused, Allie, with the artist edition Bernie Wrightson I have. This one. I think that's what she's getting confused with, maybe. So, which is, if you guys are wondering, is the.
I mean, you got to love the artist edition books.
This one.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find that one. This is currently the only artist edition that I
Dude,
own. The Michael Golden.
The Michael Golden is sick. That's a big influence on Meathead too. Michael Golden's Vietnam stuff in that.
Yeah,
that's a big influence.
I can totally see that actually. Yeah,
because it's sad because a big chunk of Michael Golden's work kind of got lost with licensing because of Micronauts, and you didn't see a ton of his work for like 30 years.
Yeah,
because Micronauts, you couldn't see Micronauts. Remember, they just put out the omnibus of it,
right?
But yeah, I think this is what she's talking about. Is this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that one. I love being able to look at full-sized artwork in black and white. I would love to find the Weapon X black and white version. Shelby just recently did a video on it on his Art for Inspiration. It's like a French version of it, black and white, Weapon X, like Barry Windsor Smith, like artist edition of Weapon X. I want it so fucking bad.
And it's probably like $10,000, probably.
Oh, I've seen it for sale online for like $1,000. Just the book itself, and it's the Dutch version. Moromi says that he thinks Frank Darabont owns that Wrightson piece,
of course,
Frankenstein. That wouldn't surprise. Let's see. Proof that Will has a secret collection no one is allowed to know about.
I have a lot of great art in my collection from all my friends.
Yeah?
Yes, I have quite a portfolio of cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be adding a secret piece of artwork to the Meathead piece that I'll be sending you as well.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It's something,
friend.
it's something for you, specifically for you. But
I do have a full size print, a beautiful facsimile signed by Bernie Wrightson of the "I Shall Be With You" on your wedding night piece from the Frankenstein. You see it, the frame one I have. Yeah,
I have. I actually on my laptop I have that as the background. I love looking at that piece because of all the different beakers and bottles and the textures that he did on the wood and the shadows and everything like that. It's ridiculous.
Man,
amazing. That whole book. I found a digital copy of it a while ago just so I could zoom in on the pages and just look at the line work. It's just amazing. So love Wrightson. One of the best we ever had. It's an amazing piece. Yes, it is.
Too humble for how good he was.
Right? I mean, disciple of Frazetta, man, like a direct disciple of Frazetta, like Brightston, Kaluta, both those guys, just fucking amazing.
I think there's a lot of Frazetta in Rob's work too, in a lot of his powerful figures.
Yeah.
There's some of that there. Did I get what is Down Go Solo talking about? Getting what from a show?
The signed print, the print signed by Bernie Wrightson. Did you get it from him at a show?
Nakatomi, you remember that print company? They are a print company that was out in Austin, and they had an exclusive deal with Bernie Wrightson when he was alive.
Okay.
They did basically a subscription where every quarter they would release 10 of the Frankenstein prints, and he would sign them, and you would receive them as a set, like a full size set.
Right.
And I had that subscription, so I have every single plate in a print, full size print, signed by him.
That's amazing. Hell yeah, dude. Too humble for how good he was, just like me. Yes, we know, Jason. You are the most humble.
I'm looking forward to him and ink on this book too.
Oh yeah. They always do good work together. Yep.
They're very gay for each other.
So much humble in this chat, says Feline. Yes. We'll bring it out the humble in the chat.
I raise all boats. That's just kind of guy I am.
That's right. Allie apparently thinks that you want her to suffer. Down Go Solo says that's awesome. And some person says Bernie had a similar way of seeing the art on the canvas like Frazetta did. Bernie said he could see the images as if it were an opaque projector. Man, I want to get to that point. Shit. Tank says, okay, eating and then off to bed. Like and share. Well, thank you for hanging out, Tank.
Thank you.
Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Odin says, who needs humility? Yeah, shit's overrated. Who needs to be humble?
We got quite a few signups from the stream. Thank you guys so much for showing love. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You guys are fantastic. So one more time, we'll go take a look at the preview page. Thank you all so much for checking it out and signing up. You are going to be thoroughly entertained with this book. I mean, come on, look at this. How could you not be excited? Look at this.
I own both those pieces of art too. That's why, because I'm a little art hog.
Will has just admitted to being an original art dragon. He is hoarding all of this original artwork in his cave, and you will never, ever get it from his hands.
Well, I can't afford to buy the book's original art, so all that will be available on the main campaign. Krager will be selling original art. So all those cool pages we just saw, you could buy those.
You'll be able to. So you'll be able to buy the pages from the book. You can't have these two images, nor can you have Rob Willis's cover. Sorry,
fine.
But there's going to be all kinds of beautiful artwork for you to pick up.
Shall we give a brief synopsis while we're at it?
Go for it, dude. Absolutely.
Well, Joe, our main character, is a member of a, let's say, government-issued corps of terror troops that are unleashed on the Vietnamese during the Vietnam War as a byproduct of mind control experiments, more so for the technology rather than the express purpose of using them as soldiers. But hey, everything has a military application in the end. That's a value.
That's what they said about MK Ultra.
Yep, and they basically carve a path of destruction and terror and death across Vietnam as these demonic Iron American warriors that the Vietnamese almost put to mythical proportions. During the Tet Offensive, they are ambushed in Way City and annihilated, except for Joe and his commanding officer, who, while dying, gives Joe the final order to kill them all. And ever since then, and now we're in the 1980s, Joe has been locked in a perpetual prison of his mission that he cannot escape due to his conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where our story begins.
That's a hell of a fucking place to start a story. Holy shit. Seth says all technology starts in the military. Yes, indeed. Yep. Our internet, hell, DARPA is responsible for Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Indeed.
MK Ultra now with aspartame. Mm-hmm. No one can escape from him. That is correct. He is the jungle's ultimate predator now.
And the form you're seeing on the Rob Willis cover, that's his 1980s form. He has been there for 10, 15 years. The gear he had, the high-tech meathead gear that made him look like a iron monster, is rotted off and broken. He's had different iterations, which is kind of cool about the supplemental, that depending on where in the timeline of that 10 years you put your story, Joe's going to look different.
Right.
You know, different wounds, different rotting, and this is just his final rotted form of just a maze of pain.
Damn. PB&J started in the Army. Commercial idea. Thought it all started with aliens. Sometimes. You're welcome.
It all started with Tavistock, you know, studying the effects of shell shock in the First World War in England.
Right.
And then you discovered the plasticity of the human mind, and then it transfers over to MK Ultra in the United States.
Which they have totally stopped doing. Wink, wink.
This is more like Phoenix program stuff, which is the military side of it.
So, you guys have heard the where the story is going to start. You've heard the pitch. You've seen the artwork. Hit that link. Go ahead and sign up for the mailing list. That way you do not miss when they launch this book. I'll be launching, later this year. You said end of Q2. Is that when you were? Did you freeze?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I repeat that. I'm sorry. I was distracted.
You're going to be launching the preview book at the end of Q2, you said?
Yeah, around there. It depends how
Okay.
quick we could get the post turnaround on these pages. And then getting a quote and because I want to show everybody the actual books before we do this. So I want to get it to the printer, get a facsimile of it, proof of it, show it to you guys, do the whole, check it out, guys, I got it in my hand, so you guys can see it first before we go do a campaign.
Excellent. So there's the link. Make sure you go sign up. And while you're at it, go subscribe to Flying Feline's channel. Tuesdays, tomorrow, actually, we will be doing the Happy Hour Hangout at 5 p.m. on her channel. And she does amazing trivia that will break your brain. So come hang out with us tomorrow. And, if you're in the mood to pick up a comic book, I've got Mercenary Guild, issue 1 out that I did the artwork for. And that Morb did the writing on. And we got W. Frank Walk doing the colors. Thank you, Feline, for dropping all of these links throughout the entirety of this show. You are absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Fly Feline. And thank you, Omer. Omer gave me a bitchin' piece of art. Can I show that before we go?
Absolutely.
The kind of bitchin' art that he did for this.
What's up, Omer? Good to see you, man.
He didn't, he just did this unsolicited, and he presented this to me as sort of a gift, and it's beautiful. Check it out.
Some person is asking what the size is going to be on this book. A larger than usual size would be great for the art.
We'll talk about that. Me and Krager will have a discussion about that. So that
is fucking haunting, Omer.
Yeah, thank you, Omer. I was very surprised.
That's fucking badass, dude.
Showed up one day with this and was like, whoa, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Man, that's a hell of a smile, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Be terrifying to run into that dude in the jungle and just have him smile at you.
He didn't always look like that, and you'll see that in book 2.
Hell yeah. I am super stoked for this book, but I've told you that before. You know that I'm super excited for this book. Can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it, be able to check it out and read it. We've been going for over an hour and a half. Is there anything else that you want to tell people about this before we wrap up?
Well, other than the obvious, so please sign up for the mailing list. Again, I'm going to be sharing with you guys first. I'm waiting till we get to a certain amount, and then I'm going to drop updates in there, and you're going to see cool stuff before I put it on Twitter. Also, Luke and I are regular contributors to Edgepunk, so if you
That is correct.
Check that out as well. We already showed you at the beginning of the stream exactly what that is and the digital hard copy of it. It's a quarterly cyberpunk magazine with reviews, artwork, and short stories by Mr. Tokame Seth Nickham himself.
Yes, indeed. Link is in the description of this video. The first issue is available, and you can check out the demo on the website.
Mm-hmm. Please
We're currently working on issue 2 right now.
On Twitter here, and my Instagram is the same handle, and I will be on Ali Ali Sanguis's show tomorrow for the same go around of this.
That's right.
And
Talking
Ali is
more
working
Meathead.
on that too. Ali's working on that with us too now.
Awesome.
So
There's the Edgepunk link tree, so you can find all the links to Edgepunk magazine. So, and check out all the links in the description of this video. There's a lot of cool stuff down there by a lot of cool people making all kinds of fun stuff. Before we go, Odin wants to know, what tribe of native is he from, out of curiosity?
I deliberately leave it vague, Odin, because Joe is literally alone in the world, and I wanted to erase any links he has, because I can't tell you what happened to him in his childhood, because that's in the second book.
Mm-hmm.
But his only link to his patrimony is wiped out when he's a kid by this deer woman. You know, that's vague, but there's a reason the deer woman has a long-standing record with Joe since he was a kid, taking things from him, whether it's his grandfather or his father, and stalking him through his first girlfriend, if you want to call her that, into Vietnam. So he deliberately doesn't really have a tribe anymore. That's why I made him a Native American, because it singles him out as a tribe of one, so to speak, because he's kind of extinct.
Especially if the rest of his tribe is gone and all of his family is gone.
Yeah.
know? It adds to the feeling of isolation for the main character.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Omer Glitch says he just did what he could with the art that was out there. Will and crew are awesome. Hell yeah, they are.
Thank you.
Issue 2 comes out April 1st. Low Society. That is correct. What's up, Edwin? Good to see you, man.
Edwin?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Better to not be specific. That way nobody can get mad. Fair enough. Nice, says Mike McMahon. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, Mike.
Welcome, sir.
Thanks for coming to hang out, man.
He did one of my favorite Fragtober pieces when he did that that Ninja Turtles piece. Remember that big epic Ninja Turtles one he did on Fragtober?
Oh yeah, man. I miss the ye old days of Fragtober. We had a lot of fun doing that, man. You know, really had a lot of fun with Fragtober.
Ali is being quite cheeky, as you can see from her comment there.
Well, I think I'll use the deer woman for my own thing. You're not allowed now. That sounds familiar.
Yep.
Feline has dropped the link for the Meathead sign up. Hit that link and go make sure you sign up for the mailing list. That way you get the art reveals early. You get exclusive previews of everything. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Will, this has been a blast, man. Thanks for coming on and talking about Meathead. And chat, you guys are amazing. Always appreciate you being here. And remember,
Shop smart, shop S-Mart.